Cannon, are you done yet? We're fine, but the metal bars blocking them don't seem to be. Just a little more. There's no stopping these guys. These metal bars might break just from them shoving each other. The group of goats made the metal bars creak. Several arms grabbed the bars, twisting them with superhuman strength. However, some bars were being pulled in opposite directions by different hands. Apparently, they really were stupid. The way those countless hands grabbed the metal bars sometimes happened to match up by chance. Several hands grasping two metal bars neatly put their power together and pulled the bars to the left and right. The incredible sound of metal bending could be heard, and that crack was getting larger bit by bit. They attacked the arms of those goats one by one, but they weren't getting anywhere. They couldn't stop the gap from spreading left and right. Stop talking about me! I'm not even on screen! At that time, there was a loud metal sound behind them. Cannon had finally finished cutting. Quickly! Kyrie, ladies first. You go next, Dr. Nanjo. Kraus, please leave this place to me. This is... Cannon's red sword that had cut the metal bars disappeared. Sorry, we've entered Virgilia's spirit particle area of influence. Our magic power has been neutralized. Oh, how dare you resist me this far? I, who was called a great witch. You can no longer use your magic in that underground passage. A magic circle column drew a complex magical formula with Virgilia at the center. With such genuine magic being used, Shannon's power couldn't even compete. On the contrary, it was surprising that she had withstood as long as she had. Spirit particles, supremacy ensured. Come, Chester sisters, it's your turn now, right? Wait, are you still rebooting? Why are kids these days so bad at waking up? My apologies. We're all different versions. Why do the shortcuts and pull-down menus get all screwed up every time you change versions, yeah? You did not shut down correctly last time? Administrator privileges? What's going on? I don't know! Q. Fix me quickly, wah! Call the Imperial Guard's troubleshooting team. What? You can't help us without a user code. 45 had the user code, yeah? Q. It just sounds like 9999 in Japanese to me. Have her write it on some paper. She can't reinstall her IME, so she can't write characters, yeah? You take your time fixing yourselves. I'm going. Sorry. The narrow underground passage was packed with goats, truly like a commuter train in the morning. Virgilia was again shocked by this congestion. What are you doing? Huh? You want to go first because you want the prize? You're getting in each other's way because you don't want the other goats to steal the prize from you? You stupid goats! I'm going, so make way. What? You don't want to? Virgilia is trying to steal your prize? Why are you all standing arm in arm? Oh. Tight, cramped. When did this become a goats-only car? You, that kid who just touched my butt, get off at the next station. What's with you? Come this way, you say? The five in Krause's group dashed through the passageway with all their strength. They couldn't dawdle around in an underground place like this. They had to quickly join up with the children on the surface. If they could meet up, there would no longer be any more sorrow. At that time, a terrible rumble started chasing them. Had their pursuers finally made it through the metal bars? But they couldn't see anyone when they turned around. However, that rumble and the dirt that fell here and there from the ceiling grew closer and closer, finally catching up with them and even going past them. It felt almost like being chased by ghosts. But they were goats. Sorry, there was just like some weird bug on the floor or whatever. It's gone now though. Let's continue. For a second, they thought they'd gotten away, until the ceiling in front of them fell in, and a single goat stood in their path. Oh shit. Virgilia was sitting on its shoulder. What? Really? Oh, okay, sure, do that. This wise child knew a shortcut. Oh, that was that one go, okay. What a good kid, you get first prize. Later you can have some handmade mackerel curry. Maybe it really was happy about that dubious prize. The massive goat showed its joy by putting its hands together and writhing. Virgilia leapt down, laughing that this time it was finally checkmate. It's one goat. Close your eyes, please. Damn, it's no use. Take this! Our magic has been completely killed. Not yet. Even without magic, we still have these bodies. Don't be ridiculous. There's no way you could fight a monster like that without that strange power. Not true, just ask Rosa. Stay back, children. I'll do something about this. So escape past the sides of that monster while I distract them. I don't think Virgilia would let them. I won't let you. Yeah, exactly. Merry Christmas. When Virgilia clapped her hands, a purple magic circle wall appeared behind her. Even the faint hope that Kraus had been betting on. Is there nothing more to be done? No, not yet. Even Jessica thought I must do so as well. Are you serious? It's not possible. Not against that massive monster. Don't be absurd. Kraus, let us think of another way. If you think of something, say it. Until then, it looks like I'll have to manage something. Come on, get back! Take care. The fuck? Well, I mean, if Jessica can fight Ronove and back him into a corner, and if George can do the same thing to Gap, then maybe Kraus can do something about Virgilia and one goat? My, Kraus, you intend to fight this child alone? It's very possible. You never know. In a fight, it's always possible to get in a lucky shot. You think you can win even with a fluke? Allow me to explain so that even one who is so blissfully unaware of his place can understand. What? If you were to wield 100% of your strength, your power level is at most 6. In comparison, this child has a power level of 1,000. In short, even if there were 100 of you, you definitely couldn't win. What's the number? What's with the number in the bottom right? Well, it's true that there are certain elements in a fight. Let us admit that your power level has a slight scaling factor to it. Oh, it just beeped again. Is she still talking? But even so, your chances of defeating this child are at perhaps 0.00001%. Do you understand? What is with it? You don't even have a 1 in 10,000 chance of victory. No, that doesn't do anything. Virgilia and the goat guffawed together. Oh, okay. Damn it. If I've got a 1 in 10,000 chance, that means the payoff will be 10,000 times greater, right? A splendid dark horse. Seeing a ticket like that makes me want to buy it right away. But the coin to buy it is your life, and you've only one of those, yes? However, I can understand why you'd still want to entrust that miracle to fate. Therefore, what the fuck is with it? I shall praise your courage for standing against us without fear, and give you a bit of a handicap. This child will fight with only his left arm. What is it? Well, even so, I have absolutely no intention of losing to you. Come to think of it, what's that bing bong noise I keep hearing? Yeah, same here. Bing bing bong bing bong bing bing bong. Is it Trump or that bing bing bong bing bong bing bing bong TikTok guy? Very well. I'll take that challenge. Whether it uses its left arm or not, I'm sure I'd be killed with a single strike. I also only have a single chance at a strike. I can only bet everything on that. That's absurd, Kraus. I know you used to do boxing, but wasn't that as far back as your college days? Kraus did boxing? Okay. No, even if you were a pro boxer, there's no way you could defeat a monster like that with one strike. That would be true if it were a match in the ring. But while Kraus's chance to bet on this hope is faint, it does exist. He's betting everything on that hope. You aren't saying... But there's no way that would work out. Kraus... Watch me. I'll settle this with a single strike. Oh, how shallow. I know what you're after. The distance between the two of them is more than 10 meters. Wait, what? If the goat and Kraus both step in with all their strength to settle the fight with a single blow, their power will be double what is normal. Both will crash together, so it's a relative 4 times normal. Even if, on top of that, the strike lands on a weak point for a critical hit, that will only double the power again. In short, Kraus's maximum power level of 6 times 8 would be 48 at the most. He might or might not be able to win if he repeated that lucky shot a full 20 times. If you're killed every time you take a hit, and your damage still accumulates, let's see, perhaps you might finally win when we get to episode 24, yes? If only this series could stretch on so long. Either way, you don't even have a slight chance at victory. Is she seriously breaking the fourth wall? Hey, seriously, what is that bing bong sound? Yeah, really. Let me bet everything on a single strike. You have no reason to hold back either, goat. Goda, come at me seriously. He's requesting that you go all out. Smash him with a single serious strike, and turn him into chunks of meat. I just said Goda as a joke, but now I'm thinking, what if? Because Virgilia did disguise herself as Kumasawa towards the beginning of chapter 3, right? And Virgilia's here now with one big goat. I don't think that's actually the case, but it could be. Oh, it's doing the thing. As the goat got excited and beat its chest over and over, it took a position as though preparing for a sprint. Oh, is this what you wanted? What's with the 8? Put your hopes on the greatest limits of your power level and despair even when that gets you nowhere. It rang again! What the heck? It's really starting to get on my nerves. Yeah, what is it? Here I go. Ready? The goat howled in response. Then, with a matched timing that only the men confronting each other could comprehend, the two leapt forward like bullets shot out of a gun. The men howled, collecting the strength from all over their bodies into one arm each. Okay, hi, goat. The goat's fiery, glowing eyes clearly locked onto Kraus's face. He could perfectly see a vision of when he would step forwards, when he would punch through Kraus and blow him away, and when he would win perfectly. Why? The long, painful days up to that point drifted through the goat's mind. Oh, what the hell? Those painful days of training when his senpais had picked on him. What is this? Those painful... Wait, what? Go on ahead and leave this to me, senpai. Those faint glimpses of the warm concern his senpais felt for him. Are we getting a backstory for a goat? And the joy of that day his power had been acknowledged when he had been accepted as one of the comrades. I never showed proper respect to my parents. That's right, didn't I plan to wash my hands of this business when this job was over and return to my hometown? I'm sorry, little goat sister. Your brother has always caused you so much trouble. We're legitimately just getting a backstory for a goat. Is this actually, like, Kumasawa and Goda? Is this just Goda's backstory, but thrown into a goat version? And I actually have a childhood friend, and I'm gonna marry her when I got home. No! Stop tripping off those loser flags! Oh, you can't handle that punch, dodge it! It happened the instant before the two crashed and their punches crossed. What the fuck is going on? Loser flag? You fool, Virgilia. Looks like you failed to make a calm and rational decision. You mustn't take that punch. Knock it aside. The very instant the goat's left straight and Kraus's right straight crossed, the goat obeyed Virgilia's order with super fast reflexes and pulled it straight back, repelling Kraus's punch. That's right, Virgilia's decision probably had been wise. After all, the number of loser flags amplifies the power level of one's opponent. What the fuck is going on? We've broken the fourth wall so many times. What's with the number counter? What do you mean by loser flags? We got a backstory for a goat? The hell? That was close. If he had taken that punch after tripping so many loser flags, imagine just how great a force it would have been amplified to. Come on, from there, smash the completely open right side of his face with a right straight. What? That promise about fighting with only your left arm? Oh, our promise is made to be broken. Why 20 now? Tripped another one! Oh, does that counter his loser flags? What? I'm disappointed, Virgilia. You really have lost your composure. What's that? How was I not composed by noticing it beforehand and making him avoid it? Why is that, Kyrie? If they had crashed like that, wouldn't that have been Krause's? I see. Even with 20 loser flags, that's not enough. The fuck? Krause's and the Goat's double rush made for ×4. With a miracle as an ally, the firm promise of a critical hit doubled it again for ×8. On top of that, there was an amplification of ×20, equal to the number of loser flags, making for ×160. I'm really confused. At a glance, that was an incredible amplification, but even so, Krause's power level was 6. Even multiplied by 160, it only made for a power level of 960, just barely below the Goat's 1000. That's why I said you weren't composed. It's your blunder. If they had crashed like that, you would have won. Oh, even if that were so, it all comes to the same thing if this right straight smashes Krause's head. Die, Ushiromiyas Krause! No? Take this, the strongest strike of the boxing world! After repelling Krause's right straight, the Goat's right straight attacked the right side of Krause's face, which had been left open. But there, it crossed Krause's left straight. What in the hell is going on anymore? The two punches crossed, and time stopped as each aimed for the face of the other. Oh, to think that it would be time for a simultaneous strike! But his power level stops at 160, making it 960. But it doesn't reach up to my child's 1000. What's Rosa's power level then? It's over 9,000! My old meme is old. No. Virgilia, it's your loss. Why? You made him repel the first cross counter. Certainly if another right straight after that were to hit, Krause would probably be in pieces. However, that was crossed. That's no good. Sorry, but this is a complete loss for you and this Goat. The fuck? What? A cross counter has 4 times the destructive power of a normal punch. This is common knowledge in the boxing world. And if it's blocked and the right straight hits, then it's a double cross counter with 8 times the destructive power. I feel like this is literally just like a Magic the Gathering explanation. Like, is this just a scene out of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime or something? I'm confused. This is also common knowledge in the boxing world. And if that is crossed, then by the principle of leverage, the triple cross would multiply the destructive power by 12. This is also painfully common knowledge in the boxing world. What? It's even written in a, oh my fucking god, Minmei Shobo book. Krause's power level is 6. The rushing from both sides is times 4. The critical hit is ×8. And ×160 for tripping too many loser flags. And ×12 again for the triple cross counter. ×1920. His power level is 11,520. What the? Huh? Krause's punch now had the power to easily win the first Tenkaichi Budokai. Huh? This result was brought about by Krause's persistence and not giving up on victory until the end. And your pride. Don't give up on life. Without either, his strength would not exist. You fought well. You may now fall. Nanjo clapped the Goat on the shoulder. What? Your brother gave it his all. As the sparkling drops from the Goat's eyes scattered, he bent backwards and fell on Virgilia. Heavy! Get off me! The Goat's massive body was too heavy for the slender Virgilia. She wriggled around with it on top of her, but it didn't look like she'd be able to escape. In that instant, the barrier Virgilia had sealed broke. You're kidding me, after all that, they're actually escaping. Don't take it personal. Nothing personal, kid. It was the principle of leverage that led to your defeat. I wonder how the principle of leverage applied to that counter. It's an eternal mystery. Let's escape while we can. You take care too, Goat. Well then, excuse us, Virgilia. Bow. I don't think you had to say that out loud. I don't care. Wait up! Get this off me! Gap! After that, there was nothing to block their way. They ran intently through the underground passage. How did Kinzo get all this fucking stuff built? Oh, and we're back here again. Jessica had finally been cornered with the wall at her back. Ronove advanced with his magic circle wall bit by bit, and would probably crush her against the other wall eventually. Considering the distance, she threw out her fists. This would be her final strike. Jessica had dealt out many punches so far. The wall wasn't invincible. It had already started to crack, and it wouldn't be strange for it to smash at any moment. However, due to the rebounding damage, Jessica also had cuts all over her body and was all worn out. Please put a stop to this. I don't intend to crush you. It is up to the master to decide how to deal with you. However, I also intend to congratulate you specially for your good fight. Quit fucking around! Not yet. It isn't over yet. You have wounds all over your body. It's all you can manage just to stand, is it not? It seems you plan on putting all your strength into this final strike. However, that final strike will be fatal for you. The damage reflected by Ronove's magic circle wall was proportional to the strength of the attack. Jessica's all-out punch would be bounced back onto her. The more all-out she went, the more suicidal it would be for Jessica. I get it. I know that. I am warning you. Stop this now. This is for your own good. Stop bluffing. Your wall is already about to break, right? I can tell by the feel of it after punching it so much, okay? Seriously, why? That was a fact. Ronove's wall was already on the verge of breaking. And on top of that, Jessica's fists had been imbued with an unimaginable magical attack power by now, and their destructive strength defied the imagination. In the worst case, that destructive power might even pierce the defensive wall, smash Ronove as well, and create an expansion connecting this room to the next. However, that damage would rebound on Jessica as well. She wouldn't escape unharmed. Isn't she already all cut up? I will say it just one more time. Stop. I say this out of consideration for you. Shut the fuck up. Prepare yourself. Oh, come on. Jessica howled. Putting all the strength of her greatest and final destructive power into her fist, she roared. Okay, I was gonna say. Taking quite a second there. Oh. Back to George and Gap, I guess. The three goats had been beaten down long ago. Without straining to breathe in the slightest, George cautiously closed the distance between him and Gap. He was after her. He was planning on bringing her down with a single strike. Gap was also aiming for a single strike. If she let that chance slide, she would be killed this time. Aren't you going to use your pitfalls? Even the tiny opening during the time it took to open the hole would prove fatal with George as an opponent right now. Gap cautiously calculated the distance and timing, but even as she did, George closed the gap between them. Haha, get it? If you won't come, I will. Go ahead. There's no point in cheap tricks anymore. I'll settle it with this kick of mine. For an instant, she thought George's body blurred, and then only his jacket was floating in the air. The moment she thought, darkness covered Gap. George, with his heel swung up high, was attacking from the sky like a massive dragon. It worked. This is my victory. Ushiromiyas, George. What? Gap opened a vast pitfall with her in the center, swallowing up George along with herself. The two were swallowed up by the pitfall and spat out from the ceiling of the arbor. But that was what Gap had been after, so she alone landed lightly. However, there was another pitfall in George's landing spot. Fuck. Gotcha, Ushiromiyas, George. It was fun, so die. The Ushiromiyas family headship wouldn't be wasted on the likes of you. So I'll finish you right here, right now. Well, those were screams, but I guess I laughed. Oops. George once again fell from the ceiling of the arbor. He had probably been dropped the same distance as falling off the roof of a 2-story building. In the sky, he couldn't control his posture in any way. It was impossible to resist or defend or avoid. As Gap spun like a whirlwind, she concentrated all of her energy on the sharp tip of her stiletto heel. This was the final strike to perform his requiem. The final strike of the Queen Bee that would bore into heaven, knocking him down into the true abyss. Welcome to the abyss. This is the end of the line for you. She closed in on her prey and stuck her foot up into the sky. At that time, she saw George's face. Even though he was in midair, he was calmly adjusting his glasses with the middle finger of his right hand. And his posture was still preserved as that of an axe kick. Seriously, what the heck? Without the faintest deviation, he aimed for Gap's forehead. I had already hypothesized that this move would come up. Oh no, wait, that was George. Sorry, I had a frog in my throat. I had already hypothesized that this move would come up. What? If I jumped to make the person on the ground taste my heel, my posture would have collapsed long ago. However, my posture hasn't collapsed in the slightest. Do you know why? You don't mean... From the very beginning, I aimed to make a person 2 stories below taste my heel. Ah! It's your loss, miss. Ding dong. What? Take this! The final, strongest punch that Jessica had raised reached the wall and was sucked in. Uh-oh. They're about to kill each other, aren't they? It was sucked into a black, large hole that had suddenly opened on the wall. Well, I did tell you to stop. Those two are about to hit each other and kill each other, aren't they? Motorcycle gun, man. Ah, fuck. This is... Oh, wait. This is... Actually, I wasn't even close to being in a pinch. Sorry. This weird song again. Jessica's fist had gone for George's stomach, and George's axe kick had lined up on Jessica's head. Yep. Go fucking figure. I kinda sorta remember something like this now I think about it, but... that's still fucking really surprising and... story-wise kinda genius, but... Holy shit, that's really unfortunate. The shocking destructive power imbued in Jessica's fist crushed George's organs and scattered his abdomen. The same destructive power in George's axe kick smashed half of Jessica's head and scattered its contents in the same manner. Yep, they just killed each other. Didn't I tell you about the witch's acting prowess? Hey, Beato, what do you think? Were you watching? Oh, been a while, Beatrice. You haven't shown up at all this recording. I'm still fucking like 2.5 hours in, rather. Oh boy, Batward's gonna be pissed at this. Not bad. Just as planned. You really do get it, Gap. Woohoo! What? Beato and Gap casually high-fived each other. Are you fucking kidding me? What? Thanks, Ronove. Thanks for the gift. I'll return Jessica's corpse. Separate the corpses of the two who are close. Does this mean the second twilight is over? So they can be cousins on the second twilight. Okay, I'd imagine siblings would also work. I'm still not sure about co-workers, but they likely would, since they talked about Kumasawa and Goda a lot. Also, what happened to them? They're still in the storehouse, aren't they? They're probably fucking dead, aren't they? Gap dropped Jessica's corpse through a pitfall, and all the chunks were thrown into Jessica's room, as carelessly as throwing something into the trash. So it said half of Jessica's head was destroyed, right? So she was likely killed in the same way as the 6 in the dining hall, obviously not including magic. Interesting. Like a really powerful gun or something? Maybe a hatchet? But I don't see how one person, or even multiple people, could kill 6 people in the dining hall that had 13 people in it with a hatchet, unless there weren't even 13 people in there to begin with. And then transport the other 5 to the Kuadorian basement. It's really weird. Jessica's corpse and lumps of flesh fell from the ceiling and poured out all over her room. Ronove shook his head slightly at this gruesome change of scenery. My apologies, Jessica. I did warn you. However, the true art of us demons, that is, foreseeing this conclusion and giving you advice I knew you wouldn't listen to, really isn't something a human could understand. It really was fun, kid, but you play with words a bit too much. Maybe it's about time I started fighting back really the best you've got? Are you trying to be someone from a light novel or something? Close, a visual novel. In the arbor brutally decorated by George's and Jessica's scattered blood and guts, Gap enjoyed a loud laugh for a while. But she quickly realized that, in all seriousness, this was a little too filthy and undignified, and she snapped her fingers. And of course they would die. Oh no, not Motorcycle Gunman, he's gone. Is she cleaning it up? As she did, a cloud of gold butterflies rose up around her, stuck to each of the bits and bloodstains, and dropped them. Then George's corpse returned bit by bit, and the brutal corpse with its guts torn out was repaired into a clean corpse that looked like it was sleeping. What? Was this some act of sportsmanship towards a dead rival? The heavens were split, because Gap had lifted her leg high, pointing at the sky. See you, lover boy. This is game over for real. And let me guess, she destroyed half his head as well. Splat. Without a trace of mercy, that foot stepped down and was buried into George's forehead. The stiletto heel that was sharp as a weapon pierced George's forehead. With a bloop, it was pulled out. It was like a mark proving that Gap certainly had finished him by her own hand. But she didn't. Jessica killed him, technically. I mean, probably not in reality, but in this, she did. Ronove also returned Jessica's corpse to its original form. And unlike how it had been with George, he restored Jessica's life. Oh, what? What in the world is this? A dream? So did she not even die? No, that is wrong. You certainly did pass away, Jessica. You should be well aware of the memory of your final moments. Jessica's mind was burning. For some reason, she remembered being thrown somewhere and having George's heel smash her head. Am I alive? No, you are dead. With my magic, that will only be postponed for a scant 3 minutes. Oh. After 3 minutes, the magic will end, and you will return to being a tragic corpse with half of its head crushed. What'd you say? Death is brutal. In most cases, you aren't even given the time to ready your heart. But to praise you for fighting so bravely, I've decided to give you this time. Perhaps you should sort out your regrets from this world in those 3 minutes. I can also decide to take you along with me during those 3 minutes. What? Oh, yeah. But the power that had burned through Jessica's body until a second ago had been completely lost. Jessica was aware of that herself. She was already dead. And that is all from me, if you would excuse me. It was fun, Jessica. Ronove turned his form into a cloud of gold butterflies and disappeared. All that remained was the sound of the wind and rain, and the figure of Jessica as she crouched down, leaning against the wall. So were Ronove and Gap planning on doing that from the beginning? Like, was that, portal put on the wall that Ronove was holding? Jessica could tell. She probably really would revert to the corpse she had been after 3 minutes. Was there anything she could do in those 3 minutes? She stood up and with a shaky gait took the phone that was on the desk. What? Oh, she's calling the guest house? Hello? Is that Jessica? Jessica? What is it? Are you okay? They got me. Are you okay? Did you get injured? I'll come to save you right now. No, it's already too late. I'm already dead, or so I hear. By the time you got here, Batware, I'd be a corpse with half its head split open. Crap! That damn geezer! Wait there, I'm coming right now. Listen to me, Battler. Listen closely, okay? Now I totally see why Goda and Kumasawa were evasive about the time the 6 in the dining hall got killed. Those guys aren't human. What? What are you talking about? I saw it, so what am I supposed to do? Those guys warp and set up barriers and do whatever they want, okay? It's like some kind of manga and anime. Hell, and we seriously can't keep up. From the very beginning, fighting was useless. They really aren't opponents that you'll be able to fight with that hat stand spear you're so proud of. A line of blood dripped down from Jessica's forehead. George is done for too. That was an instant death. The next test is yours, Battler. I wonder if your test will go the same way as ours. Be careful and don't misunderstand. You mean about the test? No, don't misunderstand and assume that your enemy's human. The enemy isn't human. They're demons that can freely wield a terrifying magic. No matter what, don't get the wrong idea about that. Be careful. A line of blood dripped down from Jessica's mouth as well. The left half of her head started hurting. Jessica realized that she was about to return to the corpse she had been. When 13 people die, the Golden Witch will revive. 6 were killed, including Mom. That's the first twilight. Then George and I were killed for the second. So once 5 more people are killed, the ceremony will be complete and the witch will revive. I hope Dad and the rest are safe. If they aren't, the one to test you might be the resurrected Beatrice herself. That would only make sense. Battler already didn't understand what Jessica was saying, but from her tone, he realized that she knew she was about to die. So even though he didn't understand the situation, he urged her to give it her all. Instead, I'm already dead. See ya. Looks like it's time. Good luck on your test. I hope you can become the head. Speaking of head, splat. Yep, and there she goes. Jessica? Jessica? Hey, answer me! Jessica! Battler's sorrowful voice could be heard from the dangling receiver. As she leaned against the wall in that corner, crouched down, Jessica's head had been half smashed. How do you even smash half of someone's head with anything without, like, a hatchet or a sledgehammer or something? But if you hit someone's head with a sledgehammer, wouldn't it destroy the whole head? This place is... Is this a well? Where is this? Kirei stuck her face out of the well, and then Kraus showed himself too. When he realized that they could see the back of the mansion from beyond a grove of trees, Kraus knew more or less where they were. To think that here, in a certain well, there had been a hidden underground passage. Oh, what? Which led to a hidden mansion. It was a well that led there? That's weird. This really is tough on this old body. I usually came up from a different spot, with real stairs. If you just unlock it. I will ask you to tell me about the layout of this place in detail later, Dr. Nanjo. Shannon, are you okay? Grab hold. I'm fine. Cannon, quickly! Cannon climbed up a ladder out of the shaft that was disguised as a well. It was probably quite deep. When he looked down, for the first time, he realized how far he'd come up. Oh, fuck. Me? Firing! They're all fucking toast. Yep. Of course they can't get out of there. So, is Beatrice actually testing Battler then? Bang. As Cannon was about to finally crawl out of the well, a hole the size of a basketball opened up in his chest. Ouch. Everyone there looked through the hole in Cannon's chest to the scenery beyond. Cannon! Shit. Oh. Cannon slumped backwards and was swallowed up into the depths of the well. Everyone, run! The Chester sisters! They've locked on, we can't avoid them! Run! But at least one of us remain alive. And then there goes another. At that time, Kraus and Kirei and Nanjo certainly saw a golden curved line appear from the well, and sow itself through the side of Shannon's head. God damn it, now everyone's dying. I guess we're nearing the climax of this chapter. Shannon! Her head had been pierced. The three had witnessed it perfectly until it had shut out the other opposite side, blowing it away. Shannon fell to her knees, blood gushing from both sides of her head, and flopped to the ground. They're after us. Oh, Kirei has never made that face. Run! We'll be killed. Run. Run, run, run! As Nanjo doubled over in shock, stunned by how Shannon had died, the Chester sisters did not allow him to escape. And there goes Nanjo, right? Yep. Oh, I'm following! The curved line again appeared from the well, and pierced from Nanjo's forehead to the back of his head in an instant, sewing through him. Thump. And so, Nanjo passed away. Jesus Christ. What the? Why? Where's the enemy coming from? We're being sniped. I don't know where from, but they've honed in on us perfectly. Let's escape into the mansion. Block their field of vision. That doesn't help with the Chester sisters. The two dashed towards the back door of the mansion. Then, right as Kraus was about to shut the door behind him, a golden curved line appeared for the fourth time, piercing Kraus from the back of his head to his forehead and smashing that forehead. Ah, shit. Kraus's body leaned over, fell down, and drew a neat radial pattern with the insides of his head. And then Kyrie. What if Kyrie is the culprit? I mean, unless she dies, of course, like the same method. Kyrie ran wildly through the hallway, flew into some room, and locked the door. But even so, she wasn't even remotely convinced that this had saved her life. She would probably die soon. This was apparently one of the guest rooms. At that moment, Kyrie's eyes fell on a phone on a side table. Oh, she's gonna call the guest house, isn't she? Probably specifically Battler. After hanging up the call from Jessica, Battler had been about to dash out. In that instant, the phone rang again. Hello? Huh? Kyrie? Yes, Battler. I got lucky. I managed to escape the dungeon somehow. I really did have luck on my side. Where are you? Is everyone okay? Over here, it looks like Jessica and George are... Listen, I probably won't be alive for long. Oh, fuck. At that time, right after she thought the keyhole of the locked door might have glowed gold, a gold curved line drawing a helix. No, a golden sewing thread penetrated in from there at an incredible speed and bored a hole into the floor by Kyrie's feet. Oh, that's unusual. The enemy who sniped the other four one after another with extraordinary skill apparently really does have trouble shooting me between the eyes with a single shot while I'm holed up in this room, but the next strike will probably hit. At this point, Kyrie finally remembered the first massive killing in the dining hall. That's right. This is what killed Rudolph and the rest. All 6 of them. Listen, Battler. I'm going to tell you everything exactly as I saw it. I'm sure you'll think there's something wrong with my head. But there's about to be something even more wrong with it. Yes, it's okay for you to think that. Even I still haven't sorted out what it was I saw. Today, after you all return to the guest house, the family conference began in the dining hall, and I'll tell you everything that happened next. Listen until the end without butting in. The call might be suddenly cut off partway through. If it does, at that time I'll be dead. Kyrie. Then Kyrie spoke about Kinzo appearing and the family conference starting. About the 6 being killed and the 5 of them being confined. About how she had escaped somehow, and ran away to where she was now. And how everyone had finally been killed. It was all spoken dispassionately, with no dramatization, just as she'd seen it. She even spoke about how everyone except her had been killed, and how she had observed the moments of all their deaths, and how even now someone was trying to kill her. Actually, even while we've been talking, I've been attacked 3 times. Something like a strange gold thread keeps flying in through the keyhole, spinning around and aiming for me. First it was by my feet, next it was close to my shoulders. Just now it grazed my ear. Its aim is getting more and more accurate. Looks like it'll go right between my eyes pretty soon. Run, Kyrie! Run away! Where to? I've run this far. Shut myself into a room and even locked the door, right? Now that I'm still being pursued, just where should I hide? Hey. Kyrie. Hey, Battler. Are Jessica and George still alive? Not long ago, I got a phone call from Jessica. Kinda sounded like they were done for. Thought so. Yeah, when we were being killed one after another, I had a kind of premonition. I thought that perhaps the second twilight had been finished in the ceremony of killing 13 people before our twilights had been reached. In short, when I die, that's 13 people. This way the ceremony is complete. The Golden Witch Beatrice will resurrect. What the hell? I wonder what in the world will happen. On this island filled with demons and witches and swarming with goat monsters, I wonder just what will happen when even the leader of them all, the Golden Witch, appears. By now, I don't have a clue what's going on anymore. Kyrie's voice had completely given up on her own life. Don't give up on life! How many times do I have to say this? Because Battler understood that, he couldn't stop the tears. There's just one thing I can advise you on. What? If a demon or a witch does appear in front of you, yeah, there's no need whatsoever to doubt whether it's real or not. Understand that it is what it seems to be. Okay. You might think there must be some trick, or that there's some true nature hidden behind it. If you have the time to think of something like that, it'd be much more constructive to plan out how not to damage the mood of whatever you're facing. Even mistakenly, you must not say, in that case, try showing me magic. Because to prove that, they'll probably use an even crueler way than before, to show you. I can't believe it. Even if I hear something like that coming from your mouth, I can't believe it. I understand. I understand why you can't believe. So that's why I can give you this advice. Believe. You're telling me to believe in Beatrice? And demons and witches and monsters? Even after being shown things not of this world so clearly, I think we still weren't able to believe any of it. I'm still like that now. The true form of this thing that keeps attacking me, trying to shoot through my forehead, is something I don't understand, and I can't believe it. So, I want you alone to believe, to understand, to accept the existence of what we couldn't accept. If you do that for me, our deaths won't be wasted. It'll also have been worth it for me to make this phone call. Kyrie? I'm still okay. It scratched me, but it missed again. It looks like I probably won't get another chance. Thank you, and goodbye, Battler. I treated you coldly sometimes because you were Asumu's son. Forgive me for those days. What do you mean, forgive you? Right now, you're a mother to me, Kyrie. Oh, and there she goes. I felt as though I'd heard an incredible sound at the other end of the receiver. It sounded like a gunshot, though. Then a noisy clacking sound, as though the receiver had fallen to the floor. Kyrie? Kyrie! Oh, wow. That's a new one. Kyrie did not answer through the phone again. Oh, boy. Holy shit. Literally everyone has died before even the second day. That's certainly one way to do this. Alright. I imagine we're really getting close to the end here. We really, really are. Holy shit. This has gone a lot better, even though there has not been a good stopping point for the last 2 hours. There was like some transition at the 30-minute mark, but now I'm at like 2 hours and 40 something minutes. And I just kinda need to stop now. I don't know how many episodes this will be. Probably 3, and this third one might be a little shorter than the others, but yeah, I'm super tired. It's like 10 at night, and I really need to go take a shower. So that's gonna be it for these 3 episodes, guys. If you liked it, be sure to press the like button, and if you didn't like it, fuck you too. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my videos and stuff. And as always, my name is Godzi, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!